Thanks so much for tuning in to my video. I'm Spirit and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to discuss some tips on managing chronic illness, mental health. Now, a lot of people still feel uncomfortable talking about mental health, but I'm glad that society has moved along and it's become a lot less taboo. And let's face it, when you're chronically ill, it's 9 times out of 10 you're going to have some mental health stuff going on. And as a matter of fact, I didn't know what depression was until I developed chronic illness. I just didn't know what it was. I'd never experienced it. And so there is a correlation between how you feel and your mental health. So today we're going to talk about some things to offset that. And certainly the better that I start to feel physically, the better I feel emotionally and mentally. So if you're interested in hearing some more about this topic and getting some tips in helping you with your mental health, go ahead and stay tuned. Tip number 1, exercising. Now, coming from me, someone who really doesn't exercise, I wish I could. I used to enjoy walking, speed walking very much. And I'm kind of limited as to what I can do, but exercise can lift the mood. Many studies show that exercise can absolutely help with depression. So if you can, please move your body, whatever that means. Now that can mean stretching, toning, and that's kind of what I'm more able to do, the stretching and the toning part. Very little toning, but I can get some of that in. And the stretching, it just invigorates me. I really enjoy it. So do what you can. That's tip number 1, is move your body. Tip number 2, keep in touch with friends and loved ones. Many times when you're not in a good way, you tend to isolate and you really don't want to be bothered. You don't really want to talk to anybody because you're not feeling yourself. You don't want to be a buzzkill to your friends and family. So you try to stay to yourself. But if you don't do anything but send little, I have a little Bitmoji on my phone and I'm sending, Bitmojis and little funny stuff. That's important for me to keep in touch with my friends and family. And I also do it just to let them know that I love them, to communicate with them and for it to be a two-way street. But I don't want anybody to feel like I'm ignoring them or I'm not thinking about them. So keeping in touch with your friends, family, and loved ones is so important, and not isolating yourself. Tip number 3. I've said this in many of my other videos, the few that I have, but keeping yourself up is so important. Do the very best you can do. And I'm not saying put on makeup every day, because I certainly do not, but do the best you can do to groom yourself and keep yourself up, and wear cute, comfortable clothes so that you can lift your mood when you look at yourself. If I'm looking rough, I just don't feel good about that. It just drags me down. That's just me though. Tip number 4, seek out emotional, mental health support, like a counselor. During this time period, since the pandemic has been around, I have seen a counselor. I participate in an online health support group and also an online mental health support group. And all these things have been pivotal in me moving forward in my health recovery. It's been important in me keeping my head above water. And also, we're kind of isolated with the pandemic. Now, another form of support, talking about support groups, make sure that you steer away from the piss and moan support groups. Now, a lot of people, they just want to get there and talk about their symptoms and how bad it is, but you want to be a member of a group that is proactive, people who are wanting to get better, people who are wanting to move forward in their health journey. And we know that not everyone is going to cure their ailment, but you can stay in a positive headspace and be around people who are positive. Number 5, journal. Praying making a pray list or a prayer list, a list of affirmations, these kinds of things that you are writing down or talking to God or your higher power. It's so important to keep these things, in your phone. I keep a lot of mine in my phone because it's just easier that way, and I have it with me when I have my phone with me. So it's just important to write down these things so that you can be clear about where you want to go in your health journey, or maybe, what you want out of your health recovery. It's important to write these things down, to talk about the things that are bothering you. Now, I don't have a journal per se, but I do have a planner, and in that planner, it has a space where I can write different things, and I do share some of my thoughts, my private thoughts in my planner. And some of you have diaries and things, so that's something that you can use as well. Tip number 6. Sometimes you just have to take meds to help you with your mental health, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can take meds or herbs, supplements. I've taken SAMe lately, and it has been helpful. There are other things. People have used CBD. That didn't really work for me. It might work for you. Also, kratom, Kratom. That is very, very, very helpful. Make sure you do your research on anything that you're going to put in your body, including pharmaceuticals. Do your research on that. But do what you need to do to keep your head above water. Number 7, something that has been extremely helpful to me has been to listen to positive healing stories on YouTube or podcast, or reading books about healing and people's healing journeys. Now, I'm not saying that everyone is going to miraculously heal and they're going to recover 100%. That's not what I'm saying, but you want to keep your mind in a positive, the best possible headspace. And also, listening to these stories is somewhat of a distraction, and it can help you when you're feeling a little miserable. So, yes. What has been helpful for me, number 8, is to always believe that things can get better, that things will get better. To have that in my mind, and that's also part of my affirmations, that things will get better. And keep in mind that in life, everything must change. Nothing stays the same. Like the day moves to night, night moves to day. The tides change. The tides never stay the same. The seasons change, and this is part of life. And so when you think about it like that, whatever season you're in, just try to understand that if it's a rough season, then this season will change. And just keep that in your mind, in your heart, in your spirit, because that can help you through those very difficult days. Number 9, celebrate when you're having a great day. So whatever that celebration means to you, if that means going to Brahms and getting you an ice cream cone, if that means going to the mall and walking around, or going to visit a friend, or going to the movies by yourself, whatever that means, make sure that you celebrate. Don't overdo it. Celebrate when you're having a great day. Just love life. Whenever you can, try to love life whenever you get that chance. Tip number 10. When you are feeling unwell, it is important to accept how you're feeling. I fought that for so long. I fought feeling bad. I just wanted to feel better, and I just struggled with not accepting where I was at that moment in that day. And eventually I managed to start doing that and just accepting, this is where I am today. This is how I'm feeling today. I know things will change because nothing ever stays the same, and I'm going to rest in this. And just accepting that, just accepting helped me to feel better and to move on, move forward. Number 11. Contact Silent Unity. That's unity.org. It's a 24/7 prayer site or prayer phone line. If you need to talk to someone right now, someone to pray for you, Silent Unity is a wonderful resource that so many people have used and have found helpful. So I would highly recommend that. You can fill out an online prayer form if you want to send in a form to ask for prayer from Silent Unity. And their phone number is 1-816-969-2000. Again, that's Silent Unity, and they're 24/7, and they will pray for you. Number 12, if you are suicidal, do not keep it to yourself. Call a friend, call a family member, a neighbor, call 911, call your doctor. And please understand that you are not your thoughts. You think this is the end, you think that you can never get better, nothing's going to help, but you need support. Your brain is misfiring, your brain is sending signals that are not true, and it just needs to be treated. Your brain needs to be treated, and you need the proper support. So please reach out and don't feel that you are alone. Please reach out, call 911, and get the help that you need. It's so important, and we love you. So make sure that if you're feeling suicidal, know that you are not your thoughts. Tip number 13, one of my favorite ways to combat mental health on those rough moments or rough days is to distract myself. Now, how do I do that? Well, I watch YouTube, I get on Pinterest, and I make cute little boards on Pinterest. I listen to podcasts. I create lists. Yes, I create lists on my phone. Like, for example, my my favorite movies, or my favorite songs, or I wrote out my life manifesto. You can write out any list you like. There's so many ways to distract yourself. Some people enjoy reading. I have a very good friend who experiences chronic illness, and she enjoys reading. That's her thing. And you just have to find something that you enjoy and that doesn't take a lot of energy. And watch movies. I do that as well. Maybe you can make a playlist, a bedroom playlist for you and Bae. So if you can think of any other ways to distract yourself, go ahead and put it down in the comments. And last but not least, keep positive people around you. That's tip 14. Keep positive people around you and stay clear of those people who discount your experience. You need to move away from those people. There are people who believe that people with chronic illness, especially invisible illnesses, if you're not running around with a wheelchair, or you don't have an IV, or you're not bald-headed because you took chemo, people feel like, well, you're okay. Oh, they're just pretending, or just pretending that she's sick, or pretending that he's sick. No, actually, most of us pretend that we are well. That's how we pretend. So make sure that you surround yourself with people who acknowledge your condition and who respect where you are in your life. It's very important. So anyway, y'all, thank you so much for watching my video and hanging in there with me. I'll be putting out some more content soon. And go ahead and put your comments below what you think, and just put some ideas out there that can help some other people. I know I'm one who reads comments. I'll definitely read your comments and respond. And I also go on other people's pages and I read comments and respond as well, because I want to be able to give back. So I hope that you have a most wonderful day. May God bless you always, and always God bless. Remember, if you're having serious mental health issues, make sure that you talk to a doctor and get that taken care of. We're here to support you. We love you, and we'll talk to you later. See you in the next video. Bye now.